fingers glowing in the middle of the night, a digital ghost in the pale blue light. I'm hovering my thumb over the selector, watching our history prepare for the fall. 3,000 mornings, 5 years in a row, condensed to a folder I've gotta let go. It's a graveyard of pixels, a memory bin of a life that I'm never gonna live in again. My heart is pounding, my vision is blurred, I'm losing the weight of every sweet word. It's just a button, it's just a command to erase the world that we built by hand. And now you're deleted, wiped from the space, leaving a hollow that I can't replace. From the favorites bar to the back of my mind, I'm leaving the best parts of us behind. One little click and the colors turn gray, I'm watching a lifetime just flicker away. I'm cleaning the hard drive, I'm clearing the view, but I can't find the key to deleting you. I'm scrolling through videos I shouldn't have kept, of the way that you laughed and the way that you slept. Now the progress bar is moving too fast, turning our future into a no longer exist past. I'm emptying the trash, but the bin is too full. I'm feeling the ghost of a physical pool. The cloud says it's gone, the storage is free, but there's still a virus of you inside me. And now you're deleted, wiped from the space, leaving a hollow that I can't replace. From the favorites bar to the back of my mind, I'm leaving the best parts of us behind. One little click and the colors turn gray, I'm watching a lifetime just flicker away. I'm cleaning the hard drive, I'm clearing the view, but I can't find the key to deleting you. Scroll to refresh the page, will I find you there? Or is there a 44, the only thing we share? I'm formatting the soul, I'm resetting the frame, but the silence is still calling out your name. Yeah, you finally deleted out of the system, the message is gone, though I'm starting to miss them. I've wiped every photo, I've cleared every trace, I've scrubbed every smile right off of your face. The screen goes to black as I finish the chore, and I'm standing in a room that's a us no more. I've cleaned out the data, I've started anew, but I'm still haunted by the ghost of you. System restart, memory empty, but the heart is still full. Deleted. The clock on the wall says it's 3:30, but the blue light is the only company for me. I'm staring at a header, a name and a blur, watching the status of the way that we were. It says you were active just an hour ago, in a world that I'm no longer allowed to know. Did you laugh at a joke? Did you look at the sky? Or were you staring at the screen just as lonely as I? I'm a digital stalker of a life I once shared, looking for proof that that you actually cared. But the timestamps are cold and the distance is vast. I'm holding the present against our past, and I'm haunting your last scene, chasing your ghost, counting the minutes when I need you the most. You're 1,000 miles away, or maybe just 10, but I'm stuck in the on and the never again. I'm waiting for typing a flickering glow, but the silence is the only thing left to show. Yeah, my heart is breaking in the pale screen light, looking for the last scene of us tonight. I remember when last scene was a kiss at the door. Now it's a data point on a cold hardwood floor. I check the group chats where we used to belong, just to see if your last scene is moving along. What's the slow motion torture, a modern day ache, to see you alive while my world starts to shake. You're moving through hours, you're breathing in deep, while I'm tracking the shadows of the secrets you keep. And I'm haunting your last scene, chasing your ghost, counting the minutes when I need you the most. You're 1,000 miles away, or maybe just 10, but I'm stuck in the on the never again. I'm waiting for typing a flickering glow, but the silence is the only thing left to show. Yeah, my heart is breaking in the pale screen light, looking for the last scene of us tonight. If I turn off the phone, do you disappear? If I stop researching, are you no longer here? I'm addicted to the online, I prove you're upcoming. I'm drowning slowly in the light of the day. Yeah, I'm still haunting your last scene, losing my mind in the digital footprints you're leaving behind. You're a million miles away, or maybe just 2, but I'm paralyzed here by the image of you. The typing never starts, the online fades away, and I'm left with the dark at the end of the day. Yeah, my heart is breaking in the pale screen light, looking for the last scene of us tonight. Last scene yesterday, last scene when you still loved me. Disconnected, disconnected. I'm sitting in the hallway where we used to laugh, tearing our history right down the half. I'm looking for the scene where the us became you, staring at the damage that we're moving through. The oxygen is thin, the silence is sharp, like a sudden snap on a tightened harp. I've got the scissors out, but my hands are shaking, counting every single little bone we're breaking. We're tied together by 1,000 threads of things we did and the things we said, but the silk is gray and the rope is frayed. This is the price for the games we play. It's time to sever the tie, let the line go slack. I'm walking away and I'm not looking back, but how do I breathe when you're part of my lungs? How do I speak with these tied up tongues? One clean cut to the heart of the ache, one final shiver before the glass breaks. A mercy killing, it's a cold endeavor to find the strength to finally say you're sorry, don't reach for the cord. I'm tired of falling on this double-edged sword. If I don't do it now, I'll never be free. I'm cutting you out to find what's left of me. Cut the wire, let it go. I'm drifting out into the snow. I'm circling the dates on a calendar that's dead, living in the wreckage of the things we never said. I kept every ticket stub and every miss you text, thinking if I held on tight I'd know what's coming next. But the ink is starting to bleed and the pages are thin. I'm losing the battle that I thought we'd both win. They say time is a healer, a thief and a friend, but time is just a hallway that never seems to end. And I'm standing in the middle, staring at the door, learning what it's like to not have you anymore. I didn't wanna be wise, I just wanted to be yours. I didn't want the scars, I just wanted the cures. Now I'm graduating from a love that didn't last, with the pain, stinging heartbreaks and a future in the past. You were my always, now you're just a hard truth, the hardest lesson of my wasted youth. Yeah, I'm learning how to lose you. I walk past the park where we carved out our names. The wood has grown over, but the ache stays the same. I've learned that a silence can be louder than a scream, and how quickly a nightmare can replace a beautiful dream. I'm studying the way your voice used to sound before you became a ghost I can't keep around. Is this the price for the magic we made? Watching the colors of everything fade.
You taught me how to fly, then you took away the sky. Now the only thing I'm good at is saying goodbye.
I'm tired of losing you.
Class is over, but I'm still in my seat, walking home on a one-way street. Lesson 1, you're gone. Lesson 2, life goes on. Lesson 3, I'm still waiting for lesson 3.
The headlights are shaking, the rain's on the glass. I'm watching the ghost of our happiness pass. We were driving at midnight with no hands on the wheel, addicted to how much we both couldn't feel. I saw the red lights, I heard the sirens scream, but I didn't wake up, I just stayed in the dream. And now I'm staring at pieces of glass on the floor, and I don't recognize who I am anymore. We ignored every sign, we went over the edge, trading our hearts for a seat on the ledge. Now the air is so cold and the smoke is so thick. The end happened slow, then it happened so quick. And I'm waiting for the crash, but the crash already came. I'm standing in the wreckage, just calling your name. Everything we built is a twisted mess of steel. I'm numb to the bone, waiting for it to feel real. You walked away clean while I'm trapped in the seat, watching our love turn to smoke on the street. It wasn't a spark, it was a head-on collision. Now I'm blind in the dark from my own tunnel vision. Yeah, I'm still in the crash.
The radio's broken, it's playing our song, but the tempo is heavy, the lyrics are wrong. I'm checking the mirrors, but there's nothing behind, just a trail of the ruin we both signed and designed.
You are my getaway, you are my it's too late. I'm driving past the city where the towers fall away, into the jagged canyons where the sky is bruised and gray. I'm checking the corner of the glass in my hand, searching for a signal in this hollow no man's land. The bars are dropping one by one like tears on the floor, until the little X appears and I can't reach you anymore. I wanted to call you, I wanted to scream. Boy, I'm trapped in a valley, I'm trapped in a dream. The map is a blank, that's starting to go numb. I'm holding the phone up to the stars and the trees, begging for a satellite to bring me to my knees. One little bar is all that I need to tell you I'm sorry, to tell you I bleed. But the wilderness is hungry and the mountains are tall, and there isn't a tower to catch my fall. And now there's no service, no way to get through. The world is disconnected from the memory of chest, putting the ghost of our connection to the test. Just a darker the night. Call failed. Piano plays a fine alone, muffled note. Says the sun is coming up, but the room is still dark. I'm looking for a flame, but I can't find a spark. I check the usual places, the apps and the feeds, but none of them give me the comfort I need. Your profile is a monument, frozen in time, a digital mountain I'm too tired to climb. Stay on has flickered and faded. Now it's just gone. I'm hitting the wall of a ghost white screen, trying to remember what available means. The world keeps on turning, the data still flows, but I'm stuck in a making a wave, a permanent loading at the edge of your gate. Yeah, you're finally offline. You've gone into the gray, and I'm just a user who was thrown away. No more typing, no more blue lights, just the cold, heavy hand of a permanent night. You've stepped out of the circuit, you vanished from view, and I don't know how to be me without you. The signal is broken, the power is shed. I'm lost, offline, inside of my head. Disconnected, status, and no. Are you still out there? Offline. The sound of a soft clicking switch, then total silence. The pillow's still dented where you used to lay. I'm avoiding the chores in the light of the day. My thumb is on autopilot, moving on glass, watching the ghost of our memories pass. There's a photo from June, you were wearing my shirt. Now looking at pixels, it's starting to hurt. I'm deep in the archives, back in the years, before all the laughter dissolved into tears. I'm traveling backward, one swipe at a time, committing a digital desperate crime. I know I should stop, I know I should sleep, but I'm digging a hole that's already too deep. And I scroll through the life that we had, trying to find where the good turned to bad. I'm chasing the blur of your smile in the dark, searching for any remaining spark. But the further I go, the more it's untrue, 'cause I'm falling in love with the version of you that doesn't exist on the other side of the wall. Now I'm just waiting for the screen to go small. Yeah, I'm lost in the scroll. I found the video of the night in the rain. It plays on a loop like a beautiful pain. You're saying I love you at 2 in the morning, with no subtitles and no kind of warning. And now I'm reading the comments from friends that we knew back when the we was much bigger than you. I'm a ghost in the timeline, a shadow in frame, searching for someone who still feels the same. And I scroll through the life that we had, trying to find where the good turned to bad. I'm chasing the blur of your smile in the dark, searching for any remaining spark. But the further I go, the more it's untrue, 'cause I'm falling in love with the version of you that doesn't exist on the other side of the wall. Now I'm just waiting for the screen to go small. Yeah, I'm lost in the scroll. The battery's dying, it's down to 1%, just like the time that we already spent. If the screen goes to black, do you vanish for good? I'd hold on to the static forever if I could. Swipe up, swipe down, looking for us, but we're not around. One last look, scroll. The waves are high and the lighthouse is dim. I'm gasping for air as I try not to swim. Back to the places where your shadow still sleeps, in the promises made and the secrets we keep. I'm looking for a flare, a flash in the dark, but I'm staring at a sky that's lost every spark. The frequency's flat, the needle won't move. I've got nothing left but the rhythm to prove that I'm still here, waiting on the line. I'm checking the status, I'm checking the air, I'm sending out SOS, but you aren't there. The static is rising, a storm in my head over every I love you that's gone unsaid. I'm looking for a signal, a sign of your life, cutting through the silence like a cold serrated knife. Are you out there dreaming? Are you moving on? Or are you still the ghost of the boy who is gone? I'm a radio tower in a desert of gray, watching the connection just wither away. Give me a flicker, a beat or a rhyme, anything to show me we're worth one more time. I'm losing the signal, I'm losing the line. The screen is a mirror of a face I don't know, a map of the places I'm too scared to go. I remember the hum of your heart on my chest before the distance put our love to the test. Now it's all white noise and excess denied, with nowhere for a broken down lover to hide. I'm tuning the dial, I'm straining to hear the ghost of your whisper through the wall of my fear. I'm looking for a signal, a sign of your life, cutting through the silence like a cold serrated knife. Are you out there dreaming? Are you moving on? Or are you still the ghost of the girl who is gone? I'm a radio tower in a desert of gray, watching the connection just wither away. Give me a flicker, a beat or a rhyme, anything to show me we're worth one more time. I'm losing the signal, I'm losing the line. If the power goes out, do we both disappear? Is the end of the signal the end of the year? I'm shouting at satellites, I'm screaming at stars, but the distance is winning and the world is just stars. searching, gone. The credits are rolling, but I'm still in my seat, watching the static where we used to be sweet. I'm folding your sweater, the one with the tear. It still smells like Sunday when you were still here. The keys are on the counter, the lights in the hall. It's funny how quiet it feels when you fall. We've run out of dialogue, run out of breath. Just a slow motion dance with a beautiful dam. I'm looking for a sequel, a to be continued sign, but the screen is just black and I'm crossing the line from a we to an I, from a now to a then. How do I start when I've reached the amen? So this is the end of the world as I knew it. We had a spark, then we blew it. No grand finale, no roses, no rain, just the dull, heavy thud of a heart in the drain. I'm reaching for your hand, but I'm touching the end. The end isn't a fire, it's just nobody there. Yeah, the story is over, the ink has gone dry, and the end is a word I can't learn how to cry. I'm deleting the photos, one click at a time. Like a rain stain the air that brings a perfect crime. I remember the prologue, the way that it started, before we were broken and bitter and prodded. Now the house is Or can I just sit in the ashes and burn? Cursor's blinking like a heart on a screen. Between the words I wanna say and the ones I really mean, I've written I miss you, and are you okay? But I've hit the backspace and watched it all fade to gray. My thumbs are trembling over the glass, waiting for a moment that'll never quite pass. I see your name at the top of the chat, and my world just stops right where it's at. Then it appears, that little gray line, a flickering hope that you're still mine. 3 little dots, a ghost in the air. Are you about to tell me that you still care? And I'm watching you typing, and I'm holding my breath. It's a slow motion life, it's a digital death. I'm staring at the bubbles till my eyes start to sting, waiting for the message that you're gonna bring. But the dots disappear and the screen goes cold. Another story that remains untold. Yeah, I'm dying inside while the silence is ripe, and just a heart on the edge while I'm watching you typing.
Did you start to say sorry? Did you start to say please? Or were you just telling me to leave you at ease? Maybe you're sitting in your car in the rain, trying to find the right words to describe the pain.
I've got 10 different drafts saved in my head of the I love yous that I wish I had said. Now I'm trapped in the static, I'm stuck in the pause of a love that we lost without a known cause. And I'm watching you typing, and I'm holding my breath. It's a slow motion life, it's a digital death. I'm staring at the bubbles till my eyes start to sting, waiting for the message that you're gonna bring. But the dots disappear and the screen goes cold. Another story that remains untold. Yeah, I'm dying inside while the silence is ripe, and just a heart on the edge while I'm watching you turn. Don't stop now, don't leave me in the white. Don't let the blue light be my only light tonight. switch to stand. Still staring at the phone, still watching you typing, then nothing, typing, then gone. Bubble pops up, then it disappears. I've been staring at 3 dots for 3 whole years. I wrote out a novel, then I hit delete. Just a ghost on a screen, just a heart in retreat. I went to check in on your face and your day, but the circle is empty. The color is gray, no active now, no light in the dark, just the cold hard end of a digital spark. I'm hitting refresh like a prayer in the night, waiting for a window, waiting for a light, but the wall is too high and the signal is dead. Now I'm trapped in the things that I should have just said, and now I'm blocked. I'm locked outside the gate, watching forever turn to too late. I'm screaming at a profile that doesn't exist, just another name on a never again list. I'm reaching through the glass, but I'm hitting a wall, waiting for a ping that's never gonna fall. You didn't just leave, you erased the view. Now I'm just a stranger who used to know you.
I try to call from a number you don't know, just to hear your hello before I let go. But the line went to static, the dial tone cried. It's a different kind of death when you're cast aside. I'm scrolling through memories saved on my drive, the only place where we're still both alive. But the access denied sign is burned in my brain, a high-tech version of a low-grade pain. And now I'm blocked, I'm locked outside the gate, watching forever turn to too late. I'm screaming at a profile that doesn't exist, just another name on a never again list. I'm reaching through the glass, but I'm hitting a wall, waiting for a ping that's never gonna fall. You didn't just leave, you erased the view. Now I'm just a stranger. Is it easy for you to just flip the switch, to stitch up the wound without feeling
for you.
Message not delivered.
User not found.
I'm still here.
Are you already gone?
Marked.
I'm staring at the laces on my worn-out shoes, thinking about the ways I was born to lose. We were not so tight, a perfect double bind. I never thought there'd be a thread left behind, but the tension started slipping a week ago. In the quiet spaces where the cold winds blow, now I'm looking at my hands, feeling every fray, watching the connection just drift away. It wasn't a snap and it wasn't a tear, just a slow letting go of the things we held dear. No violent ending, no sudden goodbye, just the sound of a spirit starting and drying. Now we're running tight, floating in the dark. No the string go, watching it fall. No more knots at all. Sound of a single guitar string being untied. The coffee's getting cold on your side of the bed. I'm still replaying every word that she never said. The closet's half empty, but the air is so heavy and still. I told my heart to move on, but it don't have the will.
I'm tracing the shadows where your pictures used to hang. Still feeling the phantom of the song that we sang.
I reach for my phone just to see if you call. Then I remember I'm the one who built up this wall. Now I'm screaming your name in a room built for two, but there's nobody here left to listen but you. And now I'm living in an echo of us, watching the gold turn to nothing but rust. I'm shouting I love you into the dark, waiting for a fire, but I can't find a spark. Every forever we whispered before, it's just a hollow sound bouncing off the floor. I'm calling for mercy, I'm calling for hope, but I'm just an echo.
Dancing alone. I saw you last night in a dream that felt real. Forgetting for a second how it feels not to feel. We were laughing in the kitchen, you were humming a tune before the sun pulled me back to this empty afternoon. Now the silence is a monster that I can't seem to fight. It follows me through the halls in the middle of the night.
Living in The table's set for one, but I still leave the space for a ghost I keep inviting with a half-remembered face. I'm listening to the house breathe, the creak in every floor, and I've stopped looking for your shadow underneath the door. The silence isn't golden, no, it's heavy and it's gray. It's the debt I have to settle for the love we threw away. I'm talking to the walls just to hear a human tone, but the walls don't have the answers when you're standing here alone. They say that being lonely is a state of mind, but it's a physical cold that's left me behind. I'm reaching for a hand that isn't on the sheet, and waking up to winter in the middle of the heat. And I'm alone in the echo of the light, in the middle of the day, in the center of the night. It's not just the absence, it's the presence of the void, the architecture of a life that we went and we destroyed. I'm a key point over an empire made of dust and of bone, learning how to breathe while I'm fine alone. Yeah, I'm alone. I went out to the movies just to sit inside the crowd, but the quiet in my head was just a little bit too loud. I saw a couple laughing and I had to turn away, 'cause I couldn't bear the color of a happy Saturday. Now I'm back inside the kitchen, staring at the clock, listening to the forever that we never could unlock. There's no one here to fight with, and there's no one here to please. Just the sound of the wind moving through the dead trees. And I'm alone in the echo of the light, in the middle of the day, in the center of the night. It's not just the absence, it's the presence of the void, the architecture of a life that we went and we destroyed. I'm a king of an empire made of dust and of bone, learning how to breathe while I'm fine alone. Yeah, I'm alone. I used to be afraid of the dark when I was small, but the darkness isn't scary. No, it's not the dark at all. It's the nothing in the hallway, it's the nobody in bed, it's the never and the always spinning circles in my head. Yeah, I'm finally alone, and the world is far too wide, with more places for a broken heart to hide. It's not just the silence, it's the weight the table where you left them by the door. I'm tracing out the footprints that aren't there anymore. The air in here is stagnant, it's forgotten how to move. I'm looking for a reason, but I've got nothing left to prove. I watch your taillights vanish like a secret in the night. Now I'm just a shadow standing in the morning light. You didn't leave a map, and you didn't leave a trace, just a hollow kind of silence in this empty, holy space. Every mile you put between us is a weight inside my chest. A million different versions of a heart put to the test. I'm reaching for the sleeve of a jacket you forgot, tying myself into loops of every forget-me-not. And now you're away, you're 1,000 miles gone, while I'm still here waiting for a gray kind of dawn. You're breathing in the air of a city I don't know, learning how to live where the bitter winds blow. I'm shouting at the horizon, I'm begging for the day to bring back the pieces that you carried away. Yeah, the us that I knew is a ghost on display since you went away. I saw a postcard in a shop, and I almost wrote your name. Then I realized that sorry and come back on the same. You're finding new favorite cafes and streets with different names, while I'm still playing back all our old broken games. I wonder if you see me when you look into the stars, or if you finally healed all those deep jagged scars. The distance isn't liquid, no, it's made of solid stone. And I'm learning what it means to be truly, deeply alone. And now you're away, you're 1,000 miles gone, while I'm still here waiting for a gray kind of dawn. You're breathing in the air of a city I don't know, learning how to live where the bitter winds blow. I'm shouting at the horizon, I'm begging for the day to bring back the pieces that you carried away. Yeah, the us that I knew is a ghost on display since you went away. Away is such a quiet word for such a violent thing. A slow motion winter and the death of every spring. I'd follow if I could, but I don't know where you are. You're just a fading light, you're just a falling star. Yeah, you're finally away, and the world is too wide, with nowhere left for a broken heart to hide. You're building a life where I don't have a part, a geographical distance just away. The air is like water, I'm trying to breathe, but the roots of our memories won't let me leave. I'm dragging my feet across the bedroom floor. The simple things aren't simple anymore. A toothbrush, a sweater, a ring and a tray. They weigh 1,000 pounds since you went away. I tried to lift my head and look at the sun, but the gravity of us has finally won. It's not a sharp pain, it's not a sudden sting, it's the lead in my veins that the evening brings. I'm carrying the ghost of the life we planned, and it's more than a heart can be asked to withstand. God, it's heavy, it's hollow in my chest, a mountain of sorry that won't let me rest. Every I love you we let hit the ground is 1,000,000 tons of silence, making no sound. I'm sinking through the mattress, I'm sinking through the day with the weight of the words that I never could say. Yeah, the world is still moving, but I'm steady and still, because loving you was easy, but losing you's a hill. It's just too heavy. I remember when we were as light as the smoke, before the promises we made finally broke. We were drifting on promises high on the height, and now I'm anchored to the floor in the middle of the night. I try to move the pictures, I try to clear the shelf, but I'm pinned to the wood by the ghost of myself. Instead of your perfume is a thick iron chain that pulls me back down to the center of the pain. God, it's heavy, it's hollow in my chest, just too heavy. If I let go of the grief, do I let go of you? Is the burden the only thing keeping us true? I'm scared if I'm light, I'll just float into space and lose the last memory of your beautiful face. The TV is humming with the sound turned down, just like the silence you left in this town. I'm watching your lips move in an old video, but I've lost the frequency, I've lost the glow. I try to speak up, but the air catches fire. A choir of longing on a broken wire. The house is a radio stuck between stations. A hollowed out heart full of failed vibrations. I'm screaming your name till my throat is a desert, trying to find where the frequency measures, but the volume is stuck on a permanent zero. I'm the villain in weight of a ghost story hero. And now I'm muted, I'm filtered, I'm quiet. A beautiful soul in a colorless riot. I'm shouting, I'm sorry, into the void, but the signal is broken, a circuit destroyed. You're moving in pictures, you're dancing in light, but I'm just the background, fading from sight. The world is still loud, but I've lost the sound of the heart that kept me on the ground. I see you at parties in a crowded room, a flicker of gold in the midwinter gloom. I see your mouth curving that way that I know, but the music is gone and the lights are too low. I'm reaching for words that have lost all their weight, like a letter that's mailed 20 years too late. Every I love you is a ghost in my chest, a song in a box that was never expressed. And now I'm muted, I'm filtered, I'm quiet. A beautiful soul in a colorless riot. I'm shouting, I'm sorry, into the void, but the signal is broken, the circuit destroyed. You're moving in pictures, you're dancing in light, but I'm just the background, fading from sight. The world is still loud, but I've lost the sound of the only heart that kept me on the ground. Can you hear the static? Can you hear the hum of the broken down person I've slowly become? If I'm not a noise, do I even exist? Or am I just breathing a cold morning mist? back of your mind. Muted. I'm staring at the wall where your shadow used to dance, waiting for a feeling, waiting for a chance. I opened up the jewelry box to find the silver ring, but it's just a piece of metal, it doesn't mean a thing. I try to cry a river, but the well is all run dry. I'm looking for a reason in a black and empty sky. There's no anger in the hallway, there's no ghost behind the door, just the sound of my own breathing on the cold and wooden floor. I used to have a hurricane living in my chest, a million jagged pieces that never let me rest. But the storm has passed away and left a terrifying view of the vacancy that opened when I finally lost you. And now there's nothing, just a wide and open space. Not a flicker of your spirit, not a vestige of your face. I'm reaching for the heartache, but the ache is gone away, leaving nothing but the silence of a hollow winter day. I thought that hate would save me, or that love would be the spark, but I'm sitting in the center of a very quiet dark. Yeah, it's nothing, and nothing's the hardest part. To our old cafe just to see if I'd feel small, but I sat there for an hour and I felt nothing at all. The coffee tasted bitter, the music was too loud. I was looking for your ghost in every passing crowd, but the memory like a photo in the sun, until the edges blur together and the colors are all done. I'm not breaking, I'm not screaming, I'm not falling on my knees. I'm just drifting like a dead leaf in a temporary breeze. Now there's nothing, just a space, not a flicker of your spirit, not a vestige of your face. I'm reaching for the heartache, but the ache is gone away, leaving nothing but the silence of a hollow winter Yeah, I'm left with nothing, just a white and empty screen, forgetting every single thing that we were meant to mean. The pain was like a compass, but I've lost the north and south, and the taste of forever is like ashes in my mouth. I'm not looking for a rescue, I'm not looking for a spark, I'm just learning how to breathe inside this very quiet dark. Yeah, it's nothing, and nothing's breaking my heart. Nothing left to say, nothing left to feel, just the nothing that's real. I'm walking through the house, but I don't know the floor. I'm staring at the numbers on my own front door. Your hoodie's in the corner, but the scent has disappeared into the cold and hollow space of everything I feel. I used to know the map of every freckle on your skin. Now I don't even know the state of mind you're living in. We're two ships in the night with the lanterns burning out, losing every memory to the shadow of a doubt. I reach for your hand in the middle of a dream, but you dissolve like sugar in a rushing mountain stream. I'm calling out the name of the person I once knew, but the air doesn't recognize the vibration of you. And now you're an unknown, a stranger in the light, a ghost I can't remember in the middle of the night. We went from forever to a name I can't quite place, to a hollowed out expression on a very familiar face. I'm searching for the years buried underneath the snow, but you're a secret now, a place I'm not allowed to go. Yeah, the heart I used to call my home is all gone, and you've become the great unknown. I saw you at the station, just a flicker in the crowd. You were wearing different colors, you were laughing way too loud. I almost moved toward you, but I stopped myself in time, 'cause touching you would feel like a forgotten ancient crime. You looked right through my spirit like I was made of glass, just another lonely shadow you were waiting to let pass. How do we go from sharing every breath and every bone to the terrifying silence of the no longer known? And now you're an unknown, a stranger in the light, a ghost I can't remember in the middle of the night. We went from forever to a name I can't quite place, to a hollowed out expression on a very familiar face. I'm searching for the years buried underneath the snow, but you're a secret now, a place I'm not allowed to go. Yeah, the heart I used to call my home the truth of us turn into beautiful lies. If I saw you tomorrow, would I even know your name? Or would the unknown in my heart be the only thing to blame? Yeah, you're finally an unknown, a glitch in the design, a person I once loved who is no longer mine. We went from forever to a chapter turned to gray, watching the identity of us just wash away. I'm standing at the border of the life we used to solve, but you're a stranger now, and that's all I'll ever know. Yeah, the heart I used to call my home is overgrown, and I'm just a ghost in the great unknown. Who are you? I don't know you anymore. Just an unknown.